Hi guys, welcome to Homestead Where You Are. I am Janet, and today I picked some apples from my tree. I didn't have very many this year because I mentioned before we had a problem with right about the time that all the buds were coming on the fruit trees, we had a freeze, and then we had right after that a really bad wind for like 2 days that blew almost all the buds off of the trees. So we didn't have a great turnout, and they didn't get very big, the ones that I did have. So I'm going to go ahead and make some apple pie filling out of these. These are Golden Delicious. As you can see, several of them, a lot of them are pretty green still, because I don't know why on that tree they always fall off the tree before they start turning the golden color. But they're always good. I use them every year, so I'm going to make some pie filling out of these. I have already washed these, and I am going to get ready to start peeling and slicing and all that fun stuff to get ready for some apple pie filling. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to, I don't want to slice these with this because they're too thin for my apple pie filling. So all I'm going to use this for is to peel. I'm going to pour some water into this bowl. Then I'm going to add some lemon juice. And that way we can help keep them from turning brown. And I am going to save my peels and my cores so that I can make some apple jelly. I love using this recipe that we're going to be using today because I use clear gel. That way the pie filling is already thickened and ready to go. So all I have to do is make or buy or whatever my pie crust and dump the jar of pie filling in it, and I usually do more like a what's the word for it, the crumb topping instead of a pie crust topping. So then I usually just put that on top and put it in the oven and bake it. So I don't have to do anything to this once it's in the jar. I'm going to need 6 quarts of peeled and sliced apples. So, and that will make 7 jars, which is usually a canner load. I'm trying to pick out the bigger apples here. Like I said, I have so many small ones. Whatever I have left, I may turn into an applesauce. These apples are just so small. And I know most people make their apple pie with Granny Smith or something like that. But this is the tree that I have, so this is what I use. And the pies turn out delicious, so. I did plant a Gala apple tree, but it's not old enough to really do much yet. I think there's a few apples on it right now, but they're not ready. Alright, I bought this slicer. As you can see, instead of the normal, I think it's 12 slice on one of these, this one is 16. Because I find if I slice them with this, they're too thin. And when I was using the other one of these, they were too thick. So I bought this one so that I would get somewhere in between. And now I want to go ahead and slice some of these so I can get an idea where I'm at. Yeah, that is much better. I don't know how well you can see those slices. Whoops. But I think I like that size much better. The other thing I like about this is, you know how when you first you do this part and then you have to like pry it out. They're dropping through. This has the little tray that you can put underneath, and then it pushes them the rest of the way through. So I think this was, I bought it on Amazon. I think it was about $13, $14, somewhere in that neighborhood. So well worth it for me, I think. I'm going to put some of this lemon water in here. This measuring cup that I have here is 2 quarts. So I'm going to need 3 of those. I know it seems like I might be wasting a lot of the apple, but I like them nice and uniform, and I also am not wasting them because I'm still going to use all those pieces for some apple jelly. So, and I have plenty of apples for this. So I have to say, Glenn and Jessica, if you are watching, I won the set of knives that you guys were giving away. Actually, it was on somebody else's giveaway, but you donated a set of the knives, and I won them, and I love these knives. All of our other knives have pretty much gotten put away because these are the only ones we use now. I think one more apple will give us our first 2 quarts. Okay, so I put the apple peels and cores and all that from my apples in here. And I'm going to actually run them through my steam juicer to get the juice for making apple jelly. Okay, so I forgot that I did not have a propane tank hooked up to the other stove, so I have to do everything over here. So this should be interesting. Okay, so the recipe calls for 5 cups of apple juice, 2.5 cups of water, and 3/4 of a cup of lemon juice. So I actually had 2 jars, pint jars of pear juice. I didn't have apple juice, but I had pear juice. So I put that in here, and then I put my 3/4 of a cup of lemon juice, and then I just added enough water to bring it up to the total of 8.25 cups of liquid. So I'm going to put that in my pot. Alright, and while I get that heating up, I have my 5.5 cups of sugar, and I have, calls for 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I put a little bit more than that because I like it a little more cinnamony. And then, I don't like a lot of pumpkin spice, but I'm just going to put a little bit in here. And this part of it, the spice, the cinnamon, the, cloves, any of that kind of stuff, you can do it to your taste. So I'm just going to put a little bit. And then I need to put in, that bowl might be too small. Alright, I'm going to do 1.5 cups of clear gel. I don't know what I did with my 1 cup measuring cup, but this is a 1/2 cup, so I'll just do 3 of these. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sugar mixture, and at least some of it anyway, I'm going to mix in with this, because you want to stir it in with the sugar really well. Otherwise, the clear gel has a tendency to clump when you put it in, and it can be kind of difficult to smooth it back out. So mix it in with your sugar as good as you can. And then after our juice mixture heats up well, we will add the sugar to it. Okay, so that is heated up now. So I'm going to add in the sugar mixture. Okay, this is already getting thick, so I'm going to turn it off. There we go. You can see it's already thick. Alright, now I'm going to pour the lazy stuff in here. I'm just going to fold it all together. Alright, so now I'm going to put my water bath pot in here. Alright, now we're going to fill our jars. you're supposed to leave 1 inch of headspace. And you definitely want to leave at least that 1 inch. Sometimes I leave a little bit more because it overflows off the sides if you don't. And I do definitely prefer to use the wide mouth lids for this because once this is processed, it's pretty thick and sometimes it can be hard to get out of the regular mouth. Get the bubbles out of them. Alright, so now we're going to wipe the rims. So now we're just waiting on that to come to a boil, and then we will process for 25 minutes. Alright, I'm just going to take the rest of these apples and cut them in 4s, toss them in to get juiced. Alright, so now we're just waiting for the rest of these apples to finish juicing. And then from there we will make some apple jelly. Okay guys, so these processed for about 30 minutes actually. And I pulled them out of the canner. And I let them sit here for, it's actually been like 2 days. And as, I don't know if you can tell, but there is 1 jar missing because I made a pie. And I would show you a picture of it, but it's gone. But anyway, it turned out beautiful. So anyway, I had one jar that did not seal, and that was because, remember I told you at least an inch headspace, and then I tried to top them off with what was left in the pan, so I got them a little too full, and they did bubble over. The rest of them sealed, but this one did not. So I will put it in the refrigerator, and I will make a cobbler or something out of it. But that's okay, we don't mind. So anyway, apple pie filling ready to just go in a shell and be baked. The one that I made was a store-bought pre-made bottom shell, and then I used the crumb topping on top, and it baked for about an hour on 350. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, just let me know in the comments. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I do hope I see you guys on the next one. Thank you.